In most American homes, the moment a child suspects they're in trouble, the truth quietly leaves the room. A vase is broken. A toy is missing. A test went badly. The child's face changes. A small flicker of calculation. And the first sentence out of their mouth is almost never what really happened. We tell ourselves it's just a phase. They'll grow out of it. But somewhere along the way, the small lies stop being small. And one day, your teenager looks you in the eye and says everything is fine, and you have no way of knowing if it's true. In Japan, this pattern is far less common. Not because Japanese children are more obedient, and not because their parents are more terrifying, but because of one thing most Western parents have never been taught. A child does not learn honesty from rules about not lying. A child learns honesty from what happens in your face the second they tell you the truth. That single second is where everything is decided. Before I give you the 5 reasons, you need one Japanese idea: Honne and tatemae. Honne is your true inner heart. Tatemae is your polite outer face. Both have their place, but inside the home, between a child and a parent, the relationship is supposed to be built on honne. Western homes, without meaning to, often train children to wear tatemae, the polite, "I'm fine, nothing happened" mask, even with their own parents. Once a child learns to wear that mask at home, you may never see what's underneath again. By the end of this video, you will understand the 5 things Japanese parents do that quietly keep a child's true heart safe, and the one tiny shift you can make tonight that decides whether your child grows up telling you the truth or telling you what you want to hear. Reason 1. The first second after the truth is sacred. In Japan, when a child finally says the hard thing, the parent's face does not change. There is no sharp inhale, no raised eyebrow, no tightening of the mouth. The parent stays calm, not pleased, not approving, just steady. The child watches that face like a hawk in the first second after the words leave, and reads everything they need to know about whether to tell the truth next time. In the West, we so often react first and process later. The gasp, the gripped forehead, the "you did what?" And we wonder why the next disclosure never comes. The child decided in that first second. Hold your face. Reason 2. The truth is rewarded before it is judged. In Japan, when a child confesses something difficult, the first words from the parent are not about the wrong itself. They are about the courage it took to say it. "Thank you for telling me." The wrong is addressed later, separately, calmly. The child learns that telling the truth is met with safety, even when the truth is bad. In the West, we often skip straight to the consequence, and the child silently calculates. Telling the truth led to punishment. Hiding might have led to nothing at all. They are not bad. They are simply learning. Honor the disclosure before you address the act. Reason 3. The punishment is never bigger than the lie. This is the one that quietly destroys honesty in Western homes. If a child weighs the cost of telling the truth against the cost of getting caught and finds that telling the truth is more painful, they will lie every time. In Japan, the rule is unspoken but absolute. Telling the truth always lowers the consequence, never raises it. A child who breaks a rule and confesses faces a smaller response than a child who breaks the same rule and hides it. In the West, we sometimes punish honesty harder because we are angry that they did the thing in the first place, and we teach them, with our own behavior, that honesty is dangerous. Make truth cheaper than the lie. Reason 4. Parents share their own small truths. In Japan, parents quietly model honesty by telling the truth about their own day, their own mistakes, their own feelings, in small, ordinary ways. "I made a mistake at work today. I felt sad earlier." A child raised on a steady drip of small adult truths grows up believing that real conversation is normal between people who love each other. In the West, we often perform a sanitized version of ourselves for our children. Always fine, always strong, always certain. And the child learns that the family relationship runs on performance, not truth. Be human in front of them, in small ways, often. Reason 5. The truth is held privately. This is the one most Western parents do not know they are breaking. In Japan, when a child tells a parent something hard, that information stays in the room. It is not shared with the other parent over dinner as a story. It is not laughed about with the aunts. It is not posted online. The child learns that their inner heart is safe in your hands. In the West, we sometimes broadcast our child's mistakes for sympathy or humor, and the child quietly learns that nothing they tell us is truly private. And then we are surprised when, by age 12, they tell us nothing. What is shared with you privately must stay between you, always. Now here is the truth that ties all 5 reasons together. In the West, we treat lying as the problem. We try to catch it. We try to punish it. We try to deter it. And the lying gets quieter and more sophisticated, year by year, until we cannot find it anymore. In Japan, lying is not the problem. The closed heart is the problem. The lie is just a symptom of a child who no longer believes their true heart is safe with you. You don't make a child stop lying by hunting the lies. You make a child stop lying by making the truth the easiest, safest thing in the room. A child who feels safe with their parents tells the truth. A child who does not lies, no matter how much you punish them for it. That single line is the difference between a household where the truth is dragged out and a household where the truth simply walks in on its own and sits down at the table. So what do you do tonight? You do not announce a new honesty rule. You do not lecture about lying. You do not threaten harsher punishments. You only pick one of the 5 and live it the next time your child tells you something hard. Hold your face in the first second. Thank them for telling you before you address what they did. Make sure the consequence for confessing is always smaller than the consequence for hiding. Share one small, honest thing about your own day at dinner. And keep what they tell you private, always. Your child will not transform overnight. The old habit of hiding will still appear, but slowly, something will shift. The small things will start coming out. The little admissions you would have never gotten before will arrive quietly, one after another. And one ordinary day, your child will walk over to you and tell you something genuinely hard. Not because they were caught, not because they were afraid you'd find out anyway, but because they needed someone safe to tell. And you will realize you have become the one person in their life they can actually be honest with. That is the quiet privilege Japanese families build for years. And it begins the moment you understand that honesty is not a rule, it is a relationship. If this video changed how you see truth in your home, there is one more most parents need but rarely think to look for. It's called the Japanese way of raising a child who handles disappointment without falling apart. Watch how the same quiet trust reaches into every hard moment your child will ever face.